Testing, testing.
DD214 Gaming Podcast is for mature audiences only. Any videos, music, or entertainment not originating from DD214 Gaming is used and covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, also known as fair use. Opinions expressed are our own and do not represent any DoD or U.S. government entities as a whole. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. You are no longer alone now because we have you.
good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever you're listening, wherever you're listening, whoever the fuck is listening. Thank you thank you for thanks guys, just thanks. What's up, everybody? Today we got the Norse Mandalorian.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
And then, as always, the Terminator himself. Your mic. Oh, man.
You're muted.
Your mic.
Sorry.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you. I just wanted to say thank you very much to the Norse Mandalorian for spending some time with us today and taking time out of his busy life to join us. So thank you very much for that. Much appreciated, Mando. I know you are from by all accounts you are a badass in more ways than one. So I just wanted to thank you for your time today. So
I appreciate you. Let's go.
Yeah. How was your
roll
week?
Fucking dice.
How was your week, guys? How was your 4th of July?
Mando, you go ahead, brother. You're the guest, so you take it off the top today.
Well, 4th of July was awesome as usual. Got some beer in my system, watched some great fireworks. Neighbor up the drive likes to spend $1,600 roughly every year right up there, so we get a good show right in our neighborhood. I drop about $200 on some aerials, so I love aerials. It's my favorite ones. As long as I watch them from the ground up, I'm good to go.
By the way, for those of you that are not plussed up on like all your fireworks knowledge, in some states you can just buy the shit out of like pretty much like professional grade fireworks.
You could do
and
it
in some
New
states
Jersey
it's
now,
just
yeah.
some states just make it really fucking easy for them boom booms to go right into your hands. You know what I'm saying? So absolutely. Safety first, kids. Safety first. All right.
Don't blow your fingers.
$200 on aerials, dude. How badass was your show though? How badass was the show you put on?
Well, with the prices this year, it wasn't as badass as I wanted it to be. So 220 got me about, I want to say 14 of the aerials. That's about it.
Oh,
they
nice.
I'm assuming they were the big ones though, right? They were like the ones that probably go up to
actually
about,
they had some.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say they have some I spent $16 on a couple small ones that were almost as badass as the big ones you spend $30 on.
I have the same problem every time I get fireworks. I'm like, there's like a package that's, and there's like a really big 30, and the one that's $10 is like way fucking cooler than the one that was 30, right? And you're like,
right,
like the packaging
exactly.
And the how they sell it to you. Yeah, it gets weird. It gets weird.
Yeah, it was the same thing for us. I mean, I think I spent like $15 on the fireworks I had. And like the badass one, the Pyro Fan, I think it was called. That thing smoked up my backyard. Oh my God. Because in New Jersey, we're not too, the fireworks thing is a new thing. We're going on like our 2nd or 3rd year with the fireworks allowed. The neighbor up the block, though, holy shit. We were walking around, and you heard this big boom. And my daughter's like, what was that? She ran so fast. Thank God she didn't run towards the street. She just ran. She ran towards the fire. She was running towards the fire, screaming.
Good girl. Good. That sounds like a warrior princess to me. Run towards the sounds of the explosions, right?
I want to go home. I want to go home. I'm like, the sky isn't falling. We're good.
Apparently, somebody on the Kansas side of Kansas City got their freaking roof burned off, like by a falling fiery ordnance, from the sky on that night, apparently. So
holy cow.
Yeah, it happens every year. It happens. Somebody sets their house on fire, blows their hand off. You know what I mean? Like this is, it is. They are explosives, right, kids? So we, safety first, right? That's the NCO and me coming out. Okay?
True that.
Yeah, man. So
don't write bad checks either.
Please don't write bad checks. That also gets your hand exploded just from a couple of Goombas, New York, with a hammer, right? Don't write bad checks.
It was always part of the safety briefing in when I was in the military.
Don't get your knees broken by Carmine and Carmine. You know what I mean? Like, it's like fucking like who the fuck names their kid Carmine anymore? But apparently there's fucking 2 of them, and they're both over here. Both of them are fucking over here whooping my ass. You know what I mean? Like,
can I tell you something funny? It's funny that you say Carmine and Carmine because our Carmine and Carmine brothers.
They probably fucking are, dude. Have you ever seen like, dude?
Yeah.
Because you know
Man.
my name. My name's Jonathan. I have a brother named Jonathan.
There it is, right there, man.
My other brother's name, John Paul. My other
That's what
brother's
makes it the same
name,
thing.
Christian John. My father's name, John.
That's like your family likes the name John.
We all got a little bit, and it's actually my little brother Christian John's birthday. The former Marine. I'm so proud of him. He's no more he's not eating crayons anymore.
They never stop, dude.
Oh, I know. He says not, but I've seen what he looks like. Yeah. You know. Hey, but other than that, for me, the only thing that happened this week is I played Far Cry 5. That's it. Fantastic game.
How was it?
I'm into the whole cult thing. Not that I want to be in a cult. It just fascinates me, that whole aura. And okay, I'm not gonna even talk about the game. I'm not gonna the game. Right, so far I'm playing it. It's a 6 out of 10. The thing that makes the game for me are the mechanics of the game. Simple.
I haven't played that one.
The one we watched. This is freaking but the Game of the Year awards, right?
Yeah.
And we talked about.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that was actually Far Cry 6. We were talking about Far Cry 6, which had the CD player gun.
Oh, CD gun.
Yeah, the CD gun that was playing the Macarena. But guys, good game. Pretty good game. But I really don't have much to say about the rest of my week other than that. It was a pretty good week. It was just a pretty good week.
Played Oculus. I played Oculus for the first time.
Did you really? What did you think? Oh, I actually played a little bit of that too. What did you think?
Worth its weight. So you remember how like last week we had Chris Bodette on as a guest? Well, he brought his Oculus with him to St. Louis where we were at, and so me and Nikki got to play it a little bit, and for the first time, like, that was the first time I'd ever even touched it. So it was like. Highly recommend that there's like a attachment that goes on the back and it attaches to the Oculus and you can like twist it in. Highly recommend that because they said the strap thing doesn't really do what it needs to do because the Oculus is so kind of like front heavy. It's kind of like wearing nods when you're in the infantry. It's kind of like wearing nods.
Yeah.
So that the back attachment, they said that him and his wife both said that getting if you want to get an Oculus, the back attachment should be just mandatory, like mandatory buying. If my personal opinion, like coming from the guy that's not as hardcore a gamer as like literally anybody that I'm surrounded with, Oculus is fucking amazing. Like it's definitely next level shit. The fact that they have like John, you were exactly correct. The fact that they have like Xbox 360 era graphics already tells me that within the next couple years we're probably going to be up to like PS4, PS5 levels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not going to be long, and it like watching Darth Vader walk up to you. You know what I mean? It's a little bit different.
I played the second part to that yesterday, and oh my god, so it's
because
the second part you're walking next to Darth Vader. Have you played that?
That's kind of cool.
Have you played it, man?
No, I've seen it played. Like we went to Dave & Buster's here in the Kansas City area, and our little boy Lou, he seen it. He ran over to it because they have they have the big one, and it was just the Darth Vader one.
I think I know exactly what Dave & Buster's you're talking about.
He got to put it on, and it had that strap like you're talking about in the back, so we could tighten it to his head. And he was using it, and he was just flailing all over the place trying to beat Darth Vader. And I'm just like, that looks fucking cool, actually.
To be honest with you, that's the game that I remember, Jay. I told you. I played that game at Dave & Buster's, at my Dave & Buster's, and 2 days later, I bought the Oculus, and I bought that game, and I was like, I have to play this. And
that'd be the first game I'd probably buy.
I did a lot better on the like tutorial level, like that opening first level.
Yeah,
I did way better than I thought I was going to. Like, apparently being a nerd and being in, being nerdy enough to buy a Boken when you're like in your late teens, early 20s, apparently it pays off in lightsaber fucking duels. You know what I mean? For those of you guys who don't know what a Boken is a wooden practice sword that the samurais would use, right? And nerds like me fucking bought that shit like 20 years ago, right? So
Love
there may
to
or may
sound
not
make-
still be one. Yeah, there may or may not still be 1 or 2 Boken like laying around my house somewhere. So
You hit just and you hit just right with one of those things, and it sounds like you literally just as hard as you could with them because the way it sounds.
They are very potentially deadly weapons. Like it is literally it is a sword carved out of wood with a grip wrapped around it like in cord. You know what I mean? Like it's a fucking sharpened stick.
It's kind of like when you put black electrical tape on a wiffle bat. It becomes a deadly weapon at that point.
You're not wrong. You're not fucking wrong. I mean,
no.
It was like 60 years ago. They were fucking driving nails into baseball bats and shit, right? Just trying to be fucking little shits and badasses, right?
Yeah.
I mean, hey man, Mad Max is coming, dude. So we better get plussed up on your fucking hand-to-hand combat, homies. You know what I mean?
I'm going to start using my kids' Minecraft toys, which are potentially deadly weapons as well, because they're thick as hell, and the wiffle bat.
Fuck yeah.
I'm a melee
Also
build.
want to say good morning to Dana Stark said good morning to us, and we totally like lost sight of that. So good morning, Dana.
Dad.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Oh, who's that? Is that your lady?
Yep, that's my wife.
So
is that Mrs. Mando? Is that
It
Mrs.
is.
Mando? Aw.
So this is
You guys, dude, you were recently married, aren't you?
April 1st was our
April Fool's Day.
yeah.
Hey,
April 1st.
congratulations, brother. Congratulations, man. What's next? Like, did you guys get to do like a honeymoon, or what all did you guys get to do?
We haven't really done a full-on honeymoon yet. I know we're planning on eventually, hopefully, maybe next year. She should be full-time because we work at the same place, so she'll have the same amount of vacation. So we're hoping to get an all-inclusive resort maybe next year sometime, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
I know. Traveling and trying to what would you call that? Like spend extra money is rough on a lot of people right now. Like almost everybody. We'll just say almost everybody.
Yeah, and
You know what I
everybody
mean? So-
everybody wants to take that nice vacation, right? It's like it's that time. Like, this is the right time to do it.
Everybody needs. To
except
take
for
a
the
fucking
gas
vacation.
prices. Fuck.
Shit.
I think our whole goddamn country needs a fucking vacation right now.
Oh shit! I agree with that 100%.
Oh, thank God.
I mean, I filled up my truck. I filled up my truck yesterday at Hy-Vee with the 23 cent gas rewards. It takes 23 cents off my gas. It still cost me $60 from half a tank.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah, that's out of control. That's in Missouri, by the way, too. That's Missouri.
Yeah, that's Missouri.
That's Missouri. That's not like
That's
not Colorado.
North Missouri.
That's not California. Like, yeah.
That's not even Kansas City. That's like north of Kansas City.
So what in gaming? Because before we get to the military stuff, I got to ask you a couple gaming questions. What is your weapon of choice in gaming? What are you? PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Atari?
Mostly PC right now for me.
Okay.
I have an Xbox Series S, the new digital one.
Okay.
And then I have a PS4 Battlefront limited edition version.
Oh, nice. I like that.
I haven't
like
turned
that one.
And I hadn't turned the PS4 on in I don't know how long now because there's only one game I played on it, and I have it on PC now. So and I haven't played it.
Dude,
so.
you want to hear a deep dark secret, John?
Oh shit!
Like, dude, that's
like
what he just said about the PS4, dude. Like, we moved to Missouri in December. I have not plugged in my fucking PS4 since December, because the only 2 games I played on that motherfucker were Red Dead Redemption and fucking God of War and Ghost of Tsushima. Three.
And Grand Theft Auto.
No, that was on the Xbox.
On Xbox.
No, that was on the Xbox. 3 games. I bought an entire platform and I played those 3 games on it for fucking like 3 years. I still haven't fucking plugged it in.
Like, the only reason why I even have a PS4 is for Final Fantasy 14.
Well, and they're coming out with God of War Ragnarok, so it's probably gonna have to get fucking dusted off and plugged back in. But I mean, we're talking we're going on 8 months here. We're going on 8 months. We've been here for almost 8 months, and I haven't fucking touched my PS4. Like, so, dude, Sony's sucking dick for beer money right now. Like, really bad.
Well, I mean,
they're really
considering the fact that you go everywhere you can possibly go to try to find a PS5 and ain't nobody got them. I mean, it's like, what are you guys doing? Holding them off in a vault somewhere? Like, let's just get 2. Let's let them fire.
I don't know what
Sony's
model is right now.
It's funny because actually working in retail, I can answer that for you in the best retail answer that I could give you.
Y'all have them stored in the back. What?
No, just Xboxes now. just Xboxes now, because PlayStation.
It's all the employees. You get them in, and the employees know I want that, so they set them off to the back and never makes it to the shelf.
It's like none of the employees want fucking Xboxes. That's why all the PlayStations are gone. We've had. There's like more of an influx of Xboxes that we've been receiving than Sony. It's insane.
That's crazy. You want a fun fact about the new PS5 that turned me off on it?
Uh-oh.
Sure.
So you know how PS5 has always been one of the better ones for back compatible.
Yeah.
Normally.
Yeah.
So if you want to play
absolutely.
a PS4 game on a PS5, you have to own a PS4 controller. The PS5 controller doesn't play them.
That's bullshit.
What
That's not
that is bro.
Yes.
That is the exact opposite of backwards.
That's why I had a hard time finding a PS4 controller, because when I bought my PS4, I had to get it limited. Well, not limited. I had to get it refurbished from GameStop, and the controller they sent me had bad drift, and I was just like, I need a controller bad, because like I'd be playing Final Fantasy 14 and my character would start running off in an opposite direction. I'm like, no, come back here, and I'd have to hit it, get it to go back to normal. So we had to actually order the PS4. Well, Miss Mando, my wife, she ordered it for me for my birthday from actual Sony, because nobody in town had them. And I was like, why are you guys out of PS4 controllers? It doesn't make any sense. So, oh, well, you got to have it to play PS4 games on a PS5. I'm like, yeah, no, okay, I don't want a PS5. Screw that shit.
That's garbage as fuck.
Yeah,
when I got my new Xbox, I used my old Xbox One controller on the new one, because I had a camo one, and it works just like it's supposed to.
And it works on the PC just as good too.
Yeah, that's what I have. See, check it out. I got a red one.
I love
Badass.
it. Yeah, this is where's I have a Razer Wolverine V1 that I absolutely love.
I've heard those Razers are really good. Like a Ghosttalker Gaming guy I co-stream with, he has one that a viewer actually gave to him for a gift.
Oh shit.
And it's got all those extra buttons, and sometimes he'll do something on a game and he'll be like, I didn't mean to do that. And he's like, oh, it's because I hit that extra button I didn't know was down there. I was like, he loves that thing though. He says it's an amazing controller.
It's comfortable. It's very comfortable. And I mean, I've dropped it like 100 times and I've never heard a rattle in it yet. So
I can't get to the wired part. I like them being wireless.
Yeah. What are you playing right now? What is grabbing your attention?
Me?
Yeah.
Right now I play.
It's all about you.
I play Ark Survival Evolved right now with Ghosttalker. We have a community private server we play on. It's a PvE server, but it's really, really fun. So I didn't think I was gonna like it, because you have to build a base, you have to build all your tools. So it's a survival game, but you get to go out and tame dinosaurs and everything. So I fly on a griffin everywhere I go now. I also have a snow owl that I fly on, and then I have a Tech Rex. What's that?
The snow owl is cool. I've seen the snow owl before.
Yeah, they're fast.
Yeah.
The Griffin's faster if you do it right. So the snow owl and the Griffin have a dive feature. So you fly up and high and you fly straight down, and they'll dive real fast, and you push them back up, and they'll just like shoot across the map. It's one of my favorite things to be on. And then I have a Tech Rex that stands out in front of my little base I have built, so it looks like a robot T-Rex. It's dope.
Yeah, I haven't
There are
played...
2 dragons on either side up on platforms, an ice one and a lightning one.
I like that a lot. Ark is a really good game. I used to play. I didn't get too deep into it, but just the concept of that survivability and dinosaurs. I mean, dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah. Gigasaurus, Megalosauruses, the Sirocco, the little alligator things. Well, they're not little, but the big ones. You go into the ocean and you'll run into megalodons, like packs of them that'll come after you, and these big ass, I don't know what they're called, some whale thing that if you're not careful, they'll just swallow you whole.
That would be
electric eels.
Like I could definitely see Jay playing this game, and then just like him walking around, next thing you know, a fucking velociraptor starts chewing him at the bits, and he's just like,
there's two different styles. Well, I think there's 3 different styles of velociraptors in it. You got the ones that have the more feathers on them, and then the ones that have a little bit of feathers but not as much, and then you have micro ones that run around.
I do like the accuracy, the real life accuracy on what the dinosaurs actually look like, because they weren't all like leathery skin and bald.
No.
You know, a lot of them had.
That's actually the chicken is the descendant of the raptor. So the raptor decreased and devolved.
No shit.
Yeah. Modern day birds are descendants of fucking dinosaurs.
Oh, I knew that. I just didn't know that. The turkey.
Yeah, it's the chicken.
Holy shit!
And actually, there was no Velociraptor as big as they say they are. Even in art, the Velociraptor was tiny, like real small. The full real Velociraptor. So, Hollywood made them big and made them awesome.
They did. Good morning, Ben, from the other side of the pond.
Hey, Ben Davies. Fucking
By the way,
man.
I just want to say congratulations on a little bit of your freedom. I know, Ben, you wrote to me when a certain president became a president and then left the presidency, and then I wrote to you when it happened to you guys. So, cheers.
Yeah,
They had
fucking Boris Johnson and a bunch of fucking Tories fucking decided they didn't like fucking democracy anymore. So they're just gonna fucking quit and protest. So sounds very eerily similar to fucking a lot of stuff that's going on here. Like, I don't like democracy anymore, so I'm just gonna fucking play by my own rules and just fucking pretend like all this other shit didn't exist for the last several hundred fucking years. Like, I'm gonna be a little fucking petulant child. I'm gonna go home with my ball. Can I go home with my ball now, John? I'm just gonna go home with my ball.
Lucky
guy, I'm going
There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
Yeah. So okay.
Have you seen my baseball?
The Norse Mandalorian. Now, this is it's such a powerful name. What made you think about it? Because you literally brought two different cultures into one.
I would argue those cultures are actually very similar, but that's just me.
They actually are.
Yeah.
They actually are. It's just one is more futuristic than the other, but even still, Mandalorians like to use melee weapons as well. I mean, it's just part of their code and creed. And really what brought it to my attention and what I decided to go with it for is, well, first of all, if I was to pick my favorite character who I would think I would be in the Star Wars era, I'd be a Mandalorian just because of who I am and what I like. And I've also got Viking heritage in my blood anyway, and I've already been going for the Viking look. If you look,
right, you're doing a very beautiful job, by the way.
I appreciate it. Plus, I have that beautiful beard.
I mean, hey man, if you hadn't gotten married in April, homie, I might be taking a run at you. I'm just saying.
It's just the way.
Ooh, he's former infantry too.
Ooh. Yes, sir.
Tell me about. Let's back up. Let's back up just a step. I want to hear all about the Norse Mandalorian and your stream. Let's back it up just a little bit though. Like you are a former infantryman, is that correct?
That's correct. Yes.
In the United States Army. Can you tell us a little bit, just a little bit? You don't have to go into any crazy detail, but please tell me, what'd you do? Where'd you go? What'd you see? Did you enjoy it? Did you fucking hate it? Like, tell us about your time in the Army real quick.
Well, let's just go ahead and backtrack and say why I joined. So one of the reasons why I joined is because I seen the movie and the little mini series that HBO came out with, and this is probably going to date me on age as well too, is called The Band of Brothers.
We were going to talk about that today anyways, homie.
So that was a beautiful show that HBO came out with, and they did great on it. It's very historically correct, and the way they show the camaraderie that the Army captured in that TV series, it's just something that made me want to join. It was just something that made me, I really want that. So I actually went in and talked to the recruiter, and he's like, well, let's do your ASVAB and see how you score. And he came out, I can't remember the full ASVAB score, but he came out and told me, he's like, well, you can do anything you want, be anything you want. What do you want to do? I looked him straight dead in the eyes. I was like, airborne infantry. And he looked at me, he's like, what'd you say?
Fuck yeah.
Airborne infantry.
Yeah,
he's like, I just told you could be military intelligence. Airborne infantry. Hey, it's your funeral, whatever you want, kid. So that's what happened. That's where I went. Now, I went to basic training, did everything I was supposed to. I was in airborne hold, waiting for everything to do airborne hold. And I'll tell you what, this airborne hold is so vast. Like, I'm talking 10 lines of about 300 soldiers waiting to do the push-ups and the sit-ups and the 2-mile run and everything you need to do to qualify to go into airborne school. Crazy amount. So there's so many that they go through the line and they pick and choose who they want. So they don't like the sound of your name or how to pronounce your name, they won't take you. It was that bad.
Club, right? 41, 41, 41.
I got the 41 club, and I literally went as high as I could go to all the way to touching my chest on the floor and everything. I couldn't get 42. They wouldn't let me have it. I did probably 300 push-ups that day, and they wouldn't give me 42. They 41'd me out just because they didn't like my last name, probably. So I didn't get my airborne, which was fine. So then I went into hold and MEPS waited. They said, then believe it or not, there was another guy that had SC for his last name, and I was ST. So when the orders came down for our base, the guy with SC got Hawaii. I looked at him and I said, I hate you. Then they looked at me and said, you're going to Alaska. And I looked at him and said, I really hate you. So then I got stuck in Alaska, and Fort Wainwright, Alaska is where I went, which is Fairbanks area. So it gets down to negative 60, 70 degrees in the Fairbanks area in the wintertime. Can't touch anything barehanded outside at all.
The place in Alaska, for those of you that aren't familiar with the Army and its duty stations, there are two places in the Army you can go in Alaska. The one he's talking about is the really, really fucking shitty one, on top of the other one already being really, really shitty. So this is like the one you don't want to go to in Alaska if you get Alaska. He went there, is what he's saying.
Yeah, I went to the worst one you could possibly go to. So when you're in Fort Wayne, Alaska, you get to do cold weather training, which means you don't get cold weather certified until you sleep outside for 24 hours in a tent at negative 30 degrees with a gasoline or a diesel fueled heater is all you get.
Yep.
That was fun. Other than that, I was a striker brigade, striker brigade combat team. So we were in the 8-wheeled strikers, really badass vehicles if you haven't seen them. Did 4 years in Alaska. I was an infantry soldier. Before I came up to Alaska, I forgot I did do a school that gave me the 2 Charlie job and skill
identifier.
Skill identifier. That's the word. Yeah. Which is a javelin gunner, and anybody that doesn't know what a javelin is, it's a badass rocket. It has a
It's the rocket that's winning the fucking war in Ukraine right now.
That's it right there.
Fucking Mando was fucking shooting that shit.
It's got 2 attacks, actually. 2 styles. So if you have a tank inside of a building where you don't think that rocket's going to penetrate, you can turn it to direct, and it'll shoot it straight direct right at it. And then you got the top attack, shoots it up and down. It will literally destroy anything in its path. And then you don't have to sit there and guide it in. So you shoot it. Once the rocket drops out and goes, you drop the tube, the missile tube, pick up your computer and go. Or it's called a clue.
What was that old fucking TV fucking shit they sell? Set it and forget it. You know?
Fire and forget.
Fucking javelin. Fucking set it and forget it. Bink. Yep. Like
we all use the javelin in Call of Duty.
Fire and forget. Fucking
yeah. If anybody plays Call of Duty, they're going to know what a javelin is because that's one of the big ones. Yep. Send it.
And you use the real one. You operated the real, and that's pretty fucking badass. Like, and so what are some of the safety maneuvers that you have to go through to pop one of those bad boys in before launching them?
It's already preloaded. You just attach the clue. The clue attaches to it directly, and it links up with the missile. And then the clue is a computer.
The clue is basically it's if you can imagine holding something like this right in front of you, and you're going to be looking through her right here, and that clue is like a box. Like
no.
Did he freeze?
Basically, what it is.
Oh, yep, there he is.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Chad, you're fucking. Go, man. Oh, did I cut out?
Yeah. You did. Cut out? So basically, it's got 2 grips on it, about this wide, and so you lean it over, you clock it in, and then you roll it up on your shoulder. The missile tube sits on your shoulder right here. So then it has almost like nods, looking through nods. And then it's got where you can switch white hot, black hot, night vision, and then just straight color.
Fuck.
Now,
John, is he speaking Greek to you right now?
No, I understand everything he's saying. Yeah.
Okay. So it's got tracking gates in the computer that you have to adjust, just like that, around your target. Now you want to put the tracking gates literally almost where the target comes out of the tracking gates before you hit the fire button, and you have to hold the arm button the entire time you're moving these tracking gates.
Oh. So
if you get too much space in those tracking gates, it will not hit. It'll miss. It's got to be as tight as you can get it, and then it's literally awesome. If you ever watch a video of it when they put it in top attack, it literally has like this. It goes just like that.
Yeah.
Drops the rocket and then fires straight up.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah.
so the main safety thing of it that you want to do is the clue has so much power, or not the clue, sorry, the javelin itself has so much power that you can't shoot it standing. You have to be seated to shoot it. And then if you're not seated, you won't have anywhere, because you put your elbows on your knees so you can support it because of how much weight it is. Because if you don't have that support, you're going to be, shaking trying to adjust these tracking gates. But it's a badass missile system, and it's one of the probably the best ones that has ever came around and been introduced to the Army or the military in general.
Some of the videos I've seen of the Javelin, they don't sound very loud when it first pops out. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. If you're not using a direct, now the direct is the one that's going to be loud because it's literally going to shoot like an AT-4. But now if you're doing top attack, it's like it's got an air pressure valve. It just pops it, pushes it out, and then as it drops, the rocket sets off with the boost, and then it shoots straight into the air.
So fucking badass, man. Some of the technology that the military has is just like it just fucking makes you raging hard, man. Like
that's for sure.
Oh, dude, there's a lot of fucking war boners fucking going off every fucking day in Ukraine right now. Fucking, let me tell you,
yeah.
dude.
100%.
Did you get to
morning,
now? Were you in
Squillini.
Alaska all 4 years?
I was.
Did you? Well, I mean, did you get to go overseas at all? Did you go to Korea?
No, I
did you
didn't.
do any training in different countries? Like,
I did do training in different countries. So
tell me,
while I was
tell us about this.
So when I got to my unit, I was catching up to my unit. They were already deployed. So when I got there, they were originally stationed in Fort Richardson. And they were the last infantry unit that was stationed in Richardson, which is the other one he's talking about that's further south down around Anchorage area. So
Correct.
They were the last infantry unit that was stationed in Richardson, and they went over, and that's where it got messed up because I was supposed to go to Wainwright, and they're like, oh, well, paperwork dropped me off in Richardson. It's like, well, your unit's not going to be here anymore, so we got to send you to Wainwright now. I'm like, oh, okay, that's whatever. Tell you what, when you get to Wainwright in Fairbanks and you step off the plane in the dead of winter and you walk outside, you lose your breath. It's that cold.
Yeah.
But so I had to catch up to them, and they sent me over. They were in Mosul when I got there. So I caught up to my unit in Mosul, Iraq. And then I was in Mosul for about 2 months, I think it was. And then we got transferred from Mosul to Telefar. So we had to pack up all of our stuff, load up everything, but go on a big old driving convoy to get to Telefar. And then we didn't even get to be in the FOB in Telefar. They're like, oh, no, you're going to the Fort Telefar with the Iraqi army. Fuck you. So we got stuck going out there. And our DFAC that we had was a little kitchen that was part of the Fort Telefar. And the only thing we ever got was and the only thing we got from that DFAC was microwavable pizzas and everything that was microwavable. We didn't actually, the cook there didn't ever actually cook anything. He just nuked stuff. That's all that we had. So that was a fun, interesting place. Plus, it was like moon dust sand in the Telefar area. So that was always fun. Stepping on dust panel. Be about this tall, and then you're covered in dust because it's moon dust. That was fun. So then after that, we were getting ready to come home, and the unit ended up getting extended, which is why I ended up being longer on that tour. And they sent us out to Baghdad. And that was fun. So it was like 140 degrees in Baghdad when I was there.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. We had about 50 heat casualties first day out in sector on our first patrol. Almost everybody was going down just because it was so hot.
Damn.
And we weren't used to it. And then close to the end of the Baghdad tour, it got down to like 65, 70 degrees, and it was freezing. Like, because it was so hot. When it did 65, 70, you're putting on sweatpants and coats and hats and everything.
John, this is this when I tell you I grew up in the desert, like what he's describing is a real thing. Like, when you have temperature swings around or above 30 degrees between the hottest part of the day and the coldest part of the day, shit gets really fucked up really quick, dude. Like
people don't know 60 degrees in Baghdad.
People don't know how to fucking dress. People don't know how to fucking maintain their energy levels. They don't know how to fucking drink water. You don't know how to fucking drink water the right way.
Drink water.
Here's the thing though, you can't chug. You have to sip.
Yeah,
you have to sip. You
absolutely.
have to sip slow. You don't drink. You don't ever drink fast. You have to take slow sips, very mediated. You know, like pretty much only when you need them. If that's a thing, you know what I mean. Like, this is The desert is fucking unforgiving.
I
and
actually,
And the other thing too, when it comes to water, is you can't just drink only water.
That's correct.
You have to drink something other than, even if it's a soda. A soda's fine too. Just
something with
salt.
Salt.
Yeah.
You need fucking salt.
and it's interesting because I use that tactic when I go bike riding. I'll take like 4 bottles of water with me, but by the time I get home, I still have 2 bottles left. You know.
That's right. That's actually normal, believe it or not.
When I was a mailman, I used to carry a mail in the heat and everything. So I always carried a little small Tupperware tub, probably about this big, maybe like that. And I went to McDonald's just purely for the salt packets. I filled it up with nothing but salt packets. So usually one of those salt packets from McDonald's with a whole bottle of water, you're A-okay, good to go.
Fantastic.
Man,
So
that's spoken like a true fucking OIF veteran, dude.
So we have here Joe Squillini says, "Morning all.
Squillini!
I know this guy y'all have as a guest.
You know Squillini, Mando?
I do.
Oh, please. I do. I got a running joke with Squillini, and I've never even seeen this guy, dude. Like, I told him, I told him I named an Italian dish after him, right? Like, this guy sounds like a bad motherfucker, dude. Like, I don't know him.
Well, I don't know him personally in life yet. I met him through my wife, Miss Mando or Dana, through TikTok, and then I found out he streams, so I started watching his streams. I became a big supporter in his stream. So every time he's streaming, I try to show up in his streams and give him as much shit as I can because I found out he was an MP, Jedi Master Squid. That's his TikTok.
Nice.
That's the other dude that writes in the Discord as well.
Yep,
which
he's
guys,
the other
by
one
the
with
way,
me.
we are so sorry about the deadness of the Discord.
Squillini, we love you. We love you, Squillini.
It all comes together. Holy shit! You see,
we gotta get. I think we gotta get Squillini on here now. We're gonna have to get Squillini on here now.
Build the team.
Yeah. We're building
It's funny
it right
because
now.
I had written in the Discord a few times too that we're looking to build the team, and they were the 2 guys that had wrote back.
Answered the call. Look at these. Look at these beautiful fucking bastards, dude.
I don't know though if you want him. He's an MP. He was an MP.
We'll let it slide for now. We'll let it slide.
No, but he's a really good dude. His streams are usually fun, and I'll go in there, and because he's an MP and because he's prior service, he's Army, I'll give him that shit that we always give all of our veterans, veteran to veteran and everything. So I mean, it's fun. He'll get a little irritated, and then he'll realize it's like, oh, this is all in funny games, and he comes back down, and he gives it right back every time. Though he's never backed down from it ever.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Great guy. He's a great dude. He really is.
He's here every week, just like you, man.
Trust me, we can tell. We can tell he is because freaking like we know. When you know, you know. When you know, you know.
Exactly.
So yeah. So did you
coming back from my first get back to it here. So we got done with my first deployment, and we were coming back. Now the funny story though is before we got extended to go to Baghdad, our advanced party came back first, obviously.
Yeah, Advon.
Advon. So in the Advon, one of the soldiers lost his nuts. Yeah.
Oh shit.
One of the soldiers lost his nuts. He left them. Exactly. Left them in Iraq, where they were waiting to board the plane to fly home.
He literally left his nutsack. Like,
yes,
literally.
He left his fucking nods sitting, forgot him. They got all the way to Alaska, and everything got locked down. They weren't allowed to leave.
Oh my fucking! I've heard horror stories about that.
Canceled everything. Nobody in and out. That's it. It's done. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? So close to home. And in the midst of it, when they finally found them, right after they found them and they started opening it back up for us to start going back home, Advon got turned around and became a new Advon party going to Baghdad. They got extended.
Yeah, I remember those stories. You were in that unit. You were in the unit that we tell the stories about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You guys were literally on the fucking tarmac and got sent fucking back, right?
Yep.
I heard of a story of a specific Georgia unit where they brought night vision onto the plane. Like every single one of them, and apparently from what I understand, these things have radiation inside of them. that they use to work.
Precious metals, yes.
Yeah,
Precious metals,
that there's
yes.
precious metals in these devices, and apparently the message wasn't sent that they weren't supposed to bring all of them on the plane, and it was in everyone's sack.
Well, the story that I'm familiar with is Mando, can you, dude? We all got a DD-214, dude. Like, what fucking unit were you in, dude? Because I got something to say about that shit. Like, what fucking unit were you in?
The unit I was in when that happened was 423, and then we switched to 321.
423. Okay, yeah. So there's rules in the Army right now, and I know this from being, recently fucking removed from the Army. The last like almost 12 years that I was in after Mando got out, some of the rules changed, especially regarding like deployments and fucking going to and coming home from, because there were some real fucking horror show stories coming out of like Iraq and certain units in Afghanistan. Is mainly out of Iraq, but some of these units would go to Iraq and just cowboy the fuck up, and the leaders didn't care. The fucking soldiers, like, if your leaders don't care, what do you care, right? That does not mean they're bad units. Doesn't mean they didn't get their job done while they were there. I want you guys to understand what I'm saying. This doesn't mean everybody was, like, shitty. Doesn't mean that.
No,
but some of these fucking horror stories where guys have been gone for, like, over a fucking year. Like, literally just pining for their fucking, like, wives, husbands, children, homies, whatever. Like, sitting on the fucking tarmac after a long-ass deployment, and then the fucking bird refuels, fucking spins up, and fucking takes off back in the other direction. The Army fucking started cracking down on like, yeah, you motherfuckers aren't allowed to fucking do that to your soldiers anymore. Like, that just ain't working. That ain't fucking working, right?
Extensions wasn't a good thing, and a lot of units would lose morale during an extension. I was just lucky I was part of one of the units. We didn't lose. Actually, for some reason, our morale picked up when we extended. And I think why is because we were going to help a cavalry unit that couldn't perform their job.
Oh,
good
shit.
Good. Fucking. Hey,
so we went to a cavalry unit. We saved their asses. We perfected what they were doing because they couldn't do it. And in the end, at the end of our deployment, guess what I have? And everybody in my unit.
What?
Golden Spurs.
Woo!
Hey, good for you. Good for you.
I could wear golden spurs as an infantry soldier because I was awarded them.
Good job.
Everybody in my unit. Yeah.
Much respect.
That's fucking gangster. That's
I'll tell you what,
gangster.
I can't wear the hat, but I can wear the golden spurs.
I
didn't have the hat anyway. Ain't nobody wants that hat. Except for him.
I have said it for many years. I didn't disagree with the Army, knowing some of its history with when the Army used to break down the 11 series used to have Foxtrots, 11 series used to have Golfs, 11 series used to have Mikes, okay? 11 series used to have a Delta, okay? The Mike and the Golf, we're not going to get into that. Those ones pretty much can go away. But 11 Delta is what Cav Scouts are now. They're 19 Delta. And 11 Foxtrot is now 13 Foxtrot, which is part of field artillery, our fisters.
Yep, that's the FO. That's the FO's forward operators.
That was it. My uncle served in Vietnam. He was an 11 Foxtrot in Vietnam.
Because it used to be all infantry.
It was all infantry.
They broke it all down.
That's an infantry fucking job. And they broke it down. They sent them to other branches of the Army. And I still argue for Foxtrots and Deltas being part of 11 series. I still argue for that to this day.
Like, well, yeah, I mean,
artillery should not attach to infantry. Infantry should attach to artillery.
Yes,
like that's in my.
I agree with that.
I am not a fucking general. I've just seen how shit works on the field. Infantry should not have artillery attached. We should have fucking infantry attached to artillery.
We should, because even in the military, you got to remember, the infantry is labeled as the queen of battle, not the king. Artillery is the king of battle.
We protect the king. Queen protects the king. Queen protects the king. So we should the king should never have to send somebody to us. We should be sending people to them.
Yep, right? Exactly. And that's the way they've always labeled it, is the infantry was always the queen of battle because we're the ones on the front line protecting the artillery.
These motherfuckers forgot how to play chess. These motherfuckers forgot how to play chess.
Exactly. I was actually going to go back. When I got out, I went back into a National Guard unit to kind of try to finish out my inactive, ready, reserve crap because I didn't want to be inactive and then them call me up and be like, I can't even run. Well, you're going anyway, motherfucker. Oh, so I did the IRR stuff with National Guard, so I didn't have to worry about being fat and overweight like I am now, being drafted back in again because they needed me. And I was actually going to reclass to a 13F for forward observer for the artillery.
It's funny. It's funny you say that because when I started my career as a mechanic and I was at Fort Leonard Wood for several years.
Fort Lost in the Woods.
I was, but I did basic AIT and I got stationed there. If you can imagine that. At first, I hated it. After I got back from my first deployment in Afghanistan, that place, believe it or not, actually grew on me. I would actually recommend Fort Leonard Wood as opposed if you're active duty. Right?
That's where the prison is, right?
No, that's Leavenworth.
That's Leavenworth.
Okay. That's in Kansas.
Yeah,
that's
Leavenworth. It's Kansas. I live about 5 minutes away from that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Fort Leonard. You're only 5 minutes away from Leavenworth.
45.
Oh, 45. I'm sorry.
Yeah, about 45. Because that's where I go for my VA stuff.
You're about 2 hours away from me then. Okay. That's okay. So anywho, Leonard Wood is down in the Ozarks, and but if you're active duty,
it's in a beautiful part of the state.
If you're permanent party at Leonard Wood, if you're permanent party, it's not nearly as bad as the world wants you to believe it is. It's not a bad post. It really is not.
No, the one that's bad is the one in Arkansas. You don't want to go there.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that one. I got a buddy who's a fucking infantry. He's infantry, but he's a drill there now, and he's
no, Arkansas, you don't want to be there.
Suffering. I don't know. Much love, Ronnie J. Much love, man. We got you here.
Much love to you, man. You got it. Stay strong. Stay strong. Remember, drink water, carry on. You got it.
Anywho, I go to fucking get ready to reclass. I go to the battalion retention guy when I'm getting ready to reenlist, and I'm like, 11 Bravo, 19 Delta, 13 Fox. What do you got? He's like, I got nothing. I was like, I'm out of here. I fucking walked right the fuck out. And the next day, literally the next morning, I went to brigade retention. I like went above that dude's head, and I was like, 11 Bravo, 13 Fox, 19 Delta. What do you got? And he's like, 11 Bravo slot opened up this morning, but you don't get to go for 10 months. So in other words, like, you can get it, but you're gonna have to stay at Leonard Wood for almost another year before you go reclass. And I was like, okay, fuck it,
whatever, sure.
That's
strange that they didn't have any spots open for any of those, because when I went to retention, they're like, we have one spot for this, and it's like, but we have about 130 for infantry. It's like, I don't want to be infantry. I want to do something different. We'll learn something new.
So the part of the reason I was a mechanic to begin with is because infantry was like filled to the brim. That's and crazy. even in 2013, when I reenlisted, even in 2013, combat arms slots were still like hard to get, if that makes sense.
That's almost the thing, because when I joined, it was they couldn't get anybody to join combat arms. Everybody wanted to do all the other stuff. Right. I was like, when I was looking at possibly reenlisting after my 4 years, there was a job that I wanted to get, and it was hard to get because it was always filled, and it was I can't remember what the class enunciator was, but it was pretty much an electrician. So they worked on the big ass fucking generators for the Army.
12 Yankee.
What's that?
Talking about prime power?
Yeah, that's it. Prime power.
Prime power. 12. That's 12 Yankee. I believe it's 12.
Yep. That sounds about right. I think that's it. That sounds right, because they have so few there that promotion and being promoted in there is quick. It's easy. Yeah. And it's a great job because you can take what you learn in that MOS and take it outside of the actual military, and they accept that one in the civilian world. They don't accept infantry training in the civilian world. I've tried. Like, I called the cops. I called up a police station and be like, hey, I'm an 11 Bravo coming out of the military. I want to be a police officer. What do I have to do? It's like, oh, you have to do everything. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, you don't have any training at all that we can use. What? You realize I did 12 months in Iraq with Border Patrol, right?
hey, officer, have you guys ever trained in de-escalation tactics? Because all your fucking buddies across the country fucking seem like they know nothing of de-escalation.
And like, I did 12 months in Iraq doing roadblocks, search, seizure, arresting, handcuffing, everything. And you're telling me I don't have the experience? Well, is there no we only take MPs for good and pass them? Fuck you guys.
That's funny too, because interesting fact about me. I was actually going to join transit police in Atlanta for MARTA after I got out. And they said no because of my foot.
Why didn't you become a cook outside of the military?
It turned me off. I was completely
Yeah?
turned off. I enjoyed doing it for the service members and hearing the stories of the heroes. I wouldn't get that same experience outside of it unless I worked
Yeah,
in a
that's
base.
true.
So
Yeah, you're right. And I think
John-
most all the defects now on base have all been reclassed into civilian jobs.
yeah,
now
they
anyway.
have.
John, you're a hero too. I hope you know that.
I know. Hey, listen,
I'm not. In my personal opinion, I might give you shit because you were a pogue. Okay, so
Yeah,
you're a pogue.
yeah.
That's fine.
No.
I'll give you shit about it. But outside of that, to everybody else in the world that asked me, "What do you think of John?" Man, that motherfucker was in the military. He served. He's one of my heroes too.
That's
Cool.
correct.
And then a civilian walks up to you and says, "Well, he was a pogue," and I'm gonna punch you in your fucking face. You're a civilian. You ain't got the right to say that.
I remember going in. They were
ahead.
just like, my recruiter was like, "You want to be somewhere in the '92 series?" And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Give it to me." He was like, "Cook," and I was like, "That's the only one available." He was like, "Yes." I'm like, "Fuck it, let's go."
Send it. Fucking send it.
Let's go. Just fucking send it.
Dude,
Yeah,
on my very last day in the Army, when I got in my fucking blues and got my last awards and got ready for them to fucking put their fucking foot in my ass and kick me the fuck out for good, right? I got to fucking speak to a group of BLC graduates, and I told them, I said, fucking Pogue is a mentality, not a fucking MOS.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I know it for sure
It is.
because I started as a fucking mechanic
It
and
is.
I finished as an infantryman. And I'll tell you, if you
really
got
is.
it, you got it. If you got it, you got it. Like you could be in the softest soft skill MOS in the fucking United States Army,
and
but
not
if
be a
you're-
pogue.
but if you're a bad motherfucker and you care, motherfuckers are gonna know. You know what I'm saying? Like
See,
you know.
yeah, and the only reason why most of us in the infantry were calling you pogue is because
Yeah.
you're in the army and we were giving you shit because you weren't infantry.
Right.
It wouldn't
But
be.
it doesn't
It
mean
wouldn't be the
it doesn't
Army,
mean
you
we
know?
thought you were actually a pogue. I've met some pogues in my lifetime. I've met some
Yeah.
infantry soldiers that are fucking pogues.
Thank you. Fucking thank you. That's one of those things we don't talk about. We kind of keep that shit undercover a lot of times. Like
Dude,
I met
It's out
some
there.
of the hardest motherfuckers I ever met in the Army were fucking support, and there were a
I'm
lot of
just like,
people
why or the hell are you doing that and not over here with me?
and then there were a lot of people that wore blue cords where I was like, brother
You
or
should-
sister, you probably should have picked a different fucking MOS. You don't belong. You know what I mean?
We had
Right.
a platoon sergeant when our first deployment. He was fucking a pogue out crazy. Like, no, piece of crap, piece of crap. And I'm brand new to the army at this point. Like, I've just got out of basic training, just joining the unit.
Like, you said
and I meet
E7,
this guy-
you're like, why are you a bitch? You're an E7.
And I met this guy, and I'm just looking at him, and he's giving orders, and I'm just like, I don't want to take that order because it sounds like you're asking me to do it. You're an E7, bro. And you know what's funny? Looked and sounded exactly like Peter Griffin.
Fuck me.
Peter.
The laugh and everything.
Can I
He's
get you guys? Can I get you guys to go down that road and clear every house
we were
on
getting
that
ready to
road?
go on a patrol. We were loaded up in the strikers, getting ready to go on a patrol, and he's like, hold on, let's not go yet. I need something. And we're like, okay. And he sends one of his soldiers up to the little defect area we have in this fob we have. It's a small fob. It was outside of an actual fob, but we had like snacks. He sent him up there to grab him a box of honey buns for the patrol
Oh fuck.
because it was so dire that he needed it.
Honey buns.
Yeah, honey buns.
Honey buns.
Was he fucking them?
No. That's all he wanted. Outside of it, when we were walking around, we were either calling him Peter Griffin or Honey Buns.
Iced
That
or
was his-
glazed?
glazed.
Glazed, yeah. Call that motherfucker glazed. That's a good name for him. Glazed.
We called him Honey. After that, his nickname was Honey Buns. And he even heard him. He heard it. He was walking up behind a soldier, called him Honey Buns. It hurt his feelings. He walked away.
Pogue.
Some
That's
listen,
Pogue.
some of the hardest.
That's fucking Pogue, dude. That's fucking Pogue right there, dude.
We were out in sector in the strikers. Now, Jay knows what a striker is and how big it is.
Yeah.
And there's a land bridge we were coming up to, and he's like, "Oh, we'll make it." And it's like, "Are you serious?" He made the guy drive right over it. Guess what it did?
Oh shit.
We were stuck in sector for 48 hours waiting for a wrecker to come get us. Sleeping with
Hey, that's-
fire blankets.
Hey, that's what I used to drive.
Right? Sleeping with fire blankets. in holes, making sure that there's nobody coming over the hills to try to get us. We were in sector, in danger, in the whole 9 yards. It was fun. I mean, I enjoyed being out there. It was exhilarating. I enjoyed it. But I didn't want to be out there because of some stupid mistake where some guy thought he could make a land bridge and a striker.
That's correct. That's a bad.
So before we get to the news, before we get to the news, I do have to ask Trovo. You are on Trovo.
Mm-hmm.
What is Trovo? Is it? Well, I'll ask this question later. What is Trovo?
Trovo is just another platform from streamers. It's a little bit newer. It's actually a lot better for new streamers for starting off for discoverability. It's a lot easier to get to where you need to be. So like in realization, it didn't take me very long on Twitch to get where I was or where I am. So on Twitch, we'll just say it took me 3.5 months to make affiliate, right? In comparison, on Trovo, it took me 2 days to get the same thing.
Hell yeah!
It took me a week on Trovo to go all the way to rank 2 and have emotes. So it took me a week to get everything I have on Twitch on Trovo. They also have things like treasure boxes you can open for discoverability. So like you open up this treasure box and the entire platform of Trovo can see the box, and it gets people wanting to come in and to win what you put in the box for people to win, like Elixir, which is the same as biddies, or they can win spells that is cast by mana, which mana is kind of like channel points, stuff like that, or free subs or stuff like that. And it gets people coming in, and you can set little things for them that they have to complete in order to win the box. So like follow time, they have to follow you, they have to share you, and then they have to watch you for this amount of time before they can be entered in to win the box. So the discoverability for Trovo is higher and it's better, and it's a lot more fun over there most of the time. But like me and Ghost have both talked about it and agreed with each other. We're not going to put all of our eggs in one basket, so we're not leaving one or the other. We just work it into the schedule every other one, so that way keep growing on both.
That's interesting. Yeah. Would you consider this to be a competition against Twitch? Or does it have potential to be?
I'm gonna tell you right now, Twitch better step up their game compared to Trovo. If you're not subscribed on Trovo for your viewers, there's no ads.
No shit.
There's no ads.
There you go.
So if somebody can come in,
I think, fuck, man, I was gonna say, no, man, Bando, you might have to fucking let me fucking in on some of this shit, because like I'm looking to start streaming like at some point in the fucking future, and fucking I don't want to fuck around with bullshit. Like I've heard you can't. There's a bunch of. Doesn't Twitch have a bunch of stupid fucking rules too? Where it's like even if you have like mature audience rating or whatever, you can't smoke, you can't drink, you can't buy, like they're fucking assholes. Yeah, fuck them. You know what I mean?
About smoking and drinking thing, because everybody does it. I mean, I drink on stream, so. Trovo doesn't have.
I would smoke on the stream, so but fucking Jesus Christ, like, they're just gonna fucking stop my stream if I smoke. So fuck them.
But no, I was gonna say I've got people I watch that smoke and drink and don't just smoke, like they have 420 and everything too. I don't know. So I haven't seen. Well,
that was the smoking. That was the smoking I was referring to.
Just making sure, just being clear. But yeah, I watch. Time. So
we're definitely 420 friendly now that we're out of the fucking army. I promise.
Oh yeah.
Like. We're definitely 420 friendly up here.
So I know with Trovo,
a little bit of Mary Jane every day keeps the PTSD away.
No, he's not lying. He's not lying. So I can definitely help you with it when you're ready. Squilini, he's a tech guy. He can help you as well. And then if I can, whenever you want, I can get you into Soulless on Discord, which is Ghosttalker's Discord. He can help you, and there's like 3 or 4 other people in the Soulless that are tech savvy that can help you as well. So without Ghost, I wouldn't be where I am with my headset, and I wouldn't be here with my mic the way it's running. So because I run through a virtual mixer on my computer now, so like I could have something playing right now in the background music, and you wouldn't even know it.
That's what I need. I need to get me a mixer.
Squilini said he has redemptions for shotgunning viewers on Twitch with channel points. I don't have a clue what any of that terminology means. Can you explain that to me? Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so Twitch has a thing called channel points. When you make affiliate, that you earn channel points while you watch the viewer. And channel points are free. It doesn't cost money to use. And there's a thing you can set up for redemptions where people can use their channel points to buy something from your channel. So he has one on there that's called Shotgun a Beer, and it costs, I don't remember what it was. I think it's 3,000 channel points. So it's quite a few, but if you've watched him long enough, you'll have a lot. So what you do is you take those 3,000 channel points, you send them, you pay those channel points out of your little pocket that you have, and then he has to follow what you redeemed it for. So you spend 3,000 channel points, and it says,
He says
5,000. 5,000. So you spend 5,000 channel points, and you redeem that in his channel, and it comes up, and he's like, "Oh, okay." He has to stop what he's doing, grab a beer, poke a hole inside, pop the top, and shotgun it.
But you can't do that with Mary Jane though on Twitch.
I don't know about the Mary Jane on Twitch.
The only thing that I know about like smoking reefer on Twitch, that has to be in a state that it's allowed.
Joe Poe.
There's our old producer.
Mando 2024.
There's our old producer, Joe Poe.
And
Mando for praise. Come on. I don't want that.
Squeenie says Mando got me fucked up the first night.
I sure did. I think I bought like 5 of them for him.
Oh.
You made him shotgun 5 beers. What'd you have? Did you have a little buzz, Squeenie? Did you buzz?
What's up, Joe?
Like,
yeah, we got him up pretty good.
Joe.
It wasn't just me; it was me and Miss Mando. We both were popping them in there. So, and here's the thing too, with that stuff like that, you can adjust how often they can do that. So when he first started it up, he didn't have a very long cooldown on it. I promise he probably has a longer cooldown on it now. But you can even set it to where a shotgun a beer one. You can change it to where only one redeem per stream.
pretty good. Squeenie says, you Mando and your wife got him to shotgun 15 altogether in an hour.
We sure did. It was fun. It was a great stream.
Oh my god.
It's like Joe said, he's got a lot of people he follows that smokes too. It's like I do. Parental Advice is another great streamer on Twitch. I know he does. There's another one I follow. It's called Smokey1313. He does it too. Blunts McKenzie. His name is Blunts McKenzie on Twitch. Mando, he does it.
Do you have it, Mando? Do you have any kids, or are you? Did you and your lady meet and fall in love and like not to get too personal, just out of curiosity, since you stream and stuff, just out of curiosity.
Yeah. So when I met Dana, she'd already had her boy, and I met her when he was. Correct me if I'm wrong, babe, but I believe it was when he was 4 turning 5. So I've been in his life since then. And
perfect.
He's my kid. He's my boy. Cool. So that's the way I see it. So, and then I do have a daughter that is of my blood that lives in Alaska with the baby mama.
Okay.
And I'm not going to get into that. So
no worries, man. Range of that. We all have our.
I was in that category in my deployment, so that's why that's.
We all have our chapters.
We are infantry. We are infantrymen, and we are fucking gypsies in the Great Walk of Life, right? We travel far and wide, and our lives are never normal.
100%.
So that's
I was
pretty much.
The whole thing with my daughter, though, I was part of the Dear John letter stuff. You know, that Dear John category.
Yeah.
Yep, that happened to me. So
I can tell you're a good dude, and I have to assume that you do everything the right way as much as you possibly can, as much as other people probably let you. So.
Yes. Yep. Within my power, and sometimes above and beyond my power.
There you go. There it is.
And on that note, when we come back from commercial, Jay's gonna shit himself with a heart attack with some of these commercials. You can leave your mic on so that we can hear you laugh. It's okay. It's okay, Jay.
Are you sure?
Oh,
you sure? Okay.
You do everything in your car, from talking to friends to watching a movie to turning tricks with a coworker. So why should you get out of your car to eat? At Up and Atom, we're from a time when America didn't worry about global warming, cholesterol, or who could vote. Drive into Up and Atom today. Up and Atom, food from when we were morally superior.
What the fuck was that?
Women,
God damn it.
dieting is so hard. There are lots of delivery diets that deliver food each day, but don't stop you from cheating. Isn't it time you try something just a little different? At Vinewood Health, we not only give you the carrot, we also give you the stick. Our trained counselors spend the day with you to offer the guidance and reassurance to keep you on the right track.
You're gonna eat that, you fucking pig! You disgust me!
With their firm but encouraging guidance, the true thinner you will soon emerge. Paranoid, neurotic, and the proud owner of a new food disorder.
You have to associate food with pain and a beating. Food is your enemy. Defeat it!
You have no self-control. Thanks to us, all you need is self-loathing. Vinewood Health, beauty inside and out, or your money back.
You fat whore!
God damn.
Are you still stuck on 4G? Wiz Wireless is the only network offering incredible 9G technology. Yes, that's the 9th generation, featuring the new drone. It's significantly better than the iFruit phone. How do we know that? Because we blatantly ripped off their design and improved a couple of irrelevant features. 9G. Discover your future. You can't be the best if you aren't doing 8 things at once on a tiny screen. The drone from Wiz Wireless. Together, we're making your life 9 times better. That's the promise of the 9th generation.
Wake up in the morning, drop a big old log out here. You ain't got time for nothing fruity like a jog. Marry a fat bitch and die working like a dog. Cowboys in the heartland, bankers in the city. We love cars, guns, and big old plastic titties. Let's grab a case with Pisswasser and drink for the USA. Hey neighbors, I'm sorry, we're partying real butch. You ought to speak English if you like it here so much. Not Spanish or Chinese or British, or fucking Dutch. Fuck the Dutch. I said, yeah, we're gonna keep them illegals out. Guns and Pisswasser, yeah, that's what a party's all about. Getting real drunk, puking face down. Billy and a Bob in about every kid in town. Drinking Pisswasser, fighting, getting real shit-faced tonight. Yeah, I'm a patriotic American. That's my national right. Pisswasser, German fighting lager for export only.
You're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend.
You're a big enough schmuck to come to Big Bill Hell's Cars.
Bad deal.
Cars that break down.
Thieves.
If you think you're gonna find a bargain at Big Bill,
You can kiss my ass.
it's our belief that you're such a stupid motherfucker.
You'll fall for this bullshit.
Guaranteed.
If you find a better deal,
Shove it up your ugly ass.
you heard us right.
Shove it up your ugly ass.
Bring your tray.
Bring your title.
Bring your wife.
We'll fuck her.
That's right, we'll fuck your wife.
Because at Big Bill Hell,
You're fucked 6 ways from Sunday.
take a hike
to Big Bill Hell.
home of challenge pissing.
That's right.
Challenge pissing.
How does it work?
If you can piss 6 feet in the air straight up and not get wet,
You get no down payment.
don't wait.
Don't delay.
Don't fuck with us or we'll rip your nuts off.
Only at Big Bill Hell.
The only dealer that tells you to fuck off.
Hurry up, asshole.
This event ends the minute after you write us a check.
And it better not bounce or you're a dead motherfucker.
Go to hell.
Big Bill Hell's Cars.
Baltimore's filthiest.
And exclusive home of the meanest sons of bitches in the state of Maryland.
Guaranteed.
All right, we're back. We're back, guys. We're back.
God damn it, dude. God damn it, dude. Fucking that Big Bell Hell like never fails to fucking get me, dude. Never fucking fails to get me, dude.
You know,
Like, damn it.
these
It's
parody.
like we got the biggest assholes in the state of Maryland to sell you a car. You know, like
It's a perfect 4th of
Fuck
July
you.
commercial too. My
like,
God.
always remember to fuck off. Always remember to fuck off.
So, ladies and gentlemen, there's no gaming news. Surprisingly.
Yeah, there really isn't this week.
It's
dude,
been-
gaming, dude, is it just me or like gaming is just sucking dick for fucking beer money for like the last 2
but it's
years?
it's real funny because ever since the CERN collider has been put on, all this weird shit has been happening. Like apparently the games for gold for X Pass is ending.
Wait, what does that mean?
It's like so they give
What does
you
that
a
mean?
free game every month, but the games that they come
Huh?
out with are shit. Like shit.
They just suck.
They actually re-released the Games for Gold that they did 2 years ago, and they re-released it in Games for Gold again. And people have been like virtually rioting, but I guess that's pretty much it when it comes to gaming news. So, what do we got here? Oh, so
what are you talking about, Joe? There's a K in Chick-fil-A.
You just spelled it. So first, Gastonian homeless veteran Josh Rohrer, veteran, continues battle after his arrest after service dog's death. For those of you guys who are not, whoa, baby, you're spamming it. Thank you. Get those numbers up, baby. Get those numbers up. Anyways, homeless veteran Josh Rohrer was waving to citizens in the street of Gastonia. He's a homeless veteran that many people are familiar with. They feed him, he's a friendly guy, and he was attacked by police officers after they accused him of panhandling. When he was
panhandling. So just like you're not allowed to be fucking homeless here. That's a law. It just says you're not allowed to be homeless here.
And I will say to kind of go in with some of my experiences before I was even in the army. My wife and I were vagabonds. I've been arrested for panhandling before, but only because I did it near a bank. That was my charge.
Good spot, though.
Only because you were messing with their money, right? I
was doing magic tricks. All right, come on.
Still a good spot. Yeah. They just got their money. Oh, hey, magic. Hey, you go.
You were working for your money. You're working for your money.
Yeah, so
that's not really panhandling because you're actually doing something for tips. I don't see that as panhandling.
Yeah, well, that's what they got me for. So Josh Rohrer, I don't have a lot of information on who he is or where he served. I'm going to leave that to OPSEC. But he was waving. He got attacked by the police. He pulled out his identification. He's with his service dog, and they have him up against the wall. And his service dog was trying to sense the stress, was trying to get in contact with him. And when the dog turned around, the police shot the dog with the taser.
Jesus fucking Christ. Dude.
Yeah. Dog ran off and was hit by a vehicle 2-3 days later. I just saw a video the other day of Mr. Rohrer in court fighting to have... The police are refusing to release the body cam footage of the situation.
Well, that's because they fucked up. That's because they fucked up.
Why would you ever want to be fucking accountable and responsible for your own fucking actions when
Exactly.
when you wear a uniform and you're fucking entrusted with fucking protecting and serving the public? Wait,
they didn't do that. They didn't do that.
They ruled in the Supreme Court several years ago that police around the United States don't have any fucking legal obligation to protect or serve the public. We saw that in Uvalde, Texas this year, didn't we, guys? Didn't we?
Yes, we did. I actually have a small breakdown here of what actually happened. October 2021, homeless veteran Josh Rohrer was approached by Gastonia Police Department accused of panhandling. Josh denied it, saying he's always walking in the area waving to people. Locals can verify this, that he's never begged for money once. He didn't get his ID fast enough and was shoved against the patrol car. His PTSD dog, Sunshine, tried her best to get him sensing his stress. Officer Maurice Taylor III, the son of Internal Affairs Chief Maurice Taylor Jr. Yeah.
Hey, what's Grandpa do? What's Maurice Taylor do? Is he the fucking chief?
He's the Internal Affairs Chief.
No, that's his dad. That's Junior.
Oh, okay, yes.
What's fucking
So
Grandpa
Squilini said the Gastonia police are corrupt in the chat. He says he's near that area.
I'm near that area, and they are idiots there. Oh, you're
Surprise,
hearing
surprise.
it first. It also
Surprise,
says here, the dog ran out screaming and was found days later after being struck by a vehicle. Josh still has her vest with the taser prong embedded in the backside. And after all this time, they still refuse to release the body cam footage of his controversial arrest. On top of this, ladies and gentlemen, the charges were dropped against him. And this is still a battle. They have GoFundMe set up for him.
So basically, he got completely fucking harassed. The court agreed fucking he did nothing wrong. And these fucking cocksuckers are just still fucking out there just doing whatever the fuck they want with fucking civilians. Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds familiar.
Sounds like to me that they need to replace the service dog for him. And a lot more.
Yeah, well, from what I saw a video the other day of him in court, and Sunshine was with him. So I believe the dog is okay.
Thank God
good,
for that.
good. Okay,
good.
good.
This is a terrible situation, and we hear of a lot of police violence all over the place, and Josh Rohr was approached by other police officers virtually, them writing, giving their support for the situation to Josh, because it is a shame, because there's always the bad apples.
Always.
I mean, shit. It's getting really, really hard to see where there's fucking. I know there's good guys out there that freaking wear the uniform proudly and absolutely try to protect and serve their the public around them. It's very, very unfortunate when there's just so many stories from literally like across the nation, West Coast to East Coast, North to South. Like it's like, where are the good guys now? Like I'm wondering, like, just out loud, I'm thinking out loud here, like, where the fuck are the good guys? Because like I can't imagine working around people like that. Like exactly. when me and Mando were talking earlier about him being in Iraq, when I think about when I was in Afghanistan, you're talking about de-escalation techniques. You're talking about search and seizure is a thing. Like Mando was talking about earlier, like we've done a lot of this stuff that local police officers do, and
we did it better.
We did it way fucking better. I never had to fucking fire my gun or fucking tase somebody. Nope. And I was in a goddamn foreign country 7,000 fucking miles away.
Exactly.
Why the fuck are these assholes beating the fuck out of the people in the communities they're supposed to be serving? What the fuck are you? What fucking good are you doing?
They're hiring the wrong people.
Good are you doing?
And you best believe that when you do it to a fucking veteran,
you're opening up they opened up a can of worms that they're not going to be able to close.
Yeah. It's going to get real ugly. In next news, investigation. We covered this a couple weeks ago, how during the filming of Top Gun, there was a death with the pilot. Investigation finds that the pilot error caused the crash that killed the pilot that was driving the stunt plane.
What did they say?
It says a report by the National Transportation Safety Board released Thursday concluded that the probable cause of a single-engine plane crash that killed the legendary U.S. Navy F-14 Tomcat pilot Captain Dale Snodgrass last July was pilot error. Snodgrass was the lone occupant of the SIAI Marchetti fixed-wing aircraft when it crashed around noon during takeoff at the Lewiston Nez Perce County Regional Airport on July 24, 2021. I'm mixing two different articles together. This is a separate article of a pilot that passed away, which we did cover. I got this confused with the pilot that died during the filming of
Top Gun.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, I was getting confused for a second. I was like,
yeah, I mixed. I mixed the two articles together. My apologies on that.
I was a little bit of a. I was a little bit of a plane buff when I was a kid, and like as soon as you described the type of plane that was crashing, I was like, wait a minute, hold on.
This wasn't part of the stunt. For those who don't know, there was a plane crash during the filming of Top Gun that happened the exact same way. That the one
was it on. Was it the one that happened in the movie? Was it on takeoff or was it during maneuvers?
It was during maneuvers.
Which
okay, I was. That's what I.
One.
Okay, that's
okay. I haven't.
That's
I haven't seen the second one yet.
Yeah, we haven't.
When planes, typically when planes crash on takeoff, it's either massive mechanical failure, or the pilot did something massively wrong. Does that make sense? Like,
yes,
exactly.
Like it's one of those like taking off is one of like probably the easiest things to do in a plane, but there's a lot of ways to do it absolutely fucking wrong. And if you're fucking plane. And if the plane that if the plane you're surrounded by takes a giant shit on you, also massively wrong, right? So
absolutely.
When you said takeoff, I was like, wait a minute, like takeoff.
So my apologies on that. And in the detailed report, the safety board said that Snodgrass was attempting to take off at about noon when shortly after the plane became airborne, it pitched up aggressively, rolled left, and descended into the ground in a nose down altitude. That's absolutely terrible of what happened to this gentleman here, Commander Guy Snodgrass.
Yeah, no kidding.
Jesus Christ, mistakes do happen. It says here that he performed a proper PMCS on the vehicle, and it was just a freak accident. A freak accident.
Yeah. So the pilot that died for the Top Gun movie didn't. I thought I seen something where the pilot died the same way that in the same type of maneuver that like in the first movie Goose had died.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that's what I heard. I wasn't sure if I'd heard that right, but that's what I'd read.
Yeah, that was exactly like the exact. It's kind of like what does Jay said? Art imitating life. You know, where some of these things actually happen, and it's like, oh shit, you know, it happened, you know, and unfortunately for the pilot that was doing the stunt maneuver for that movie, he did pass away, and I do believe that investigation is still ongoing. And for the final news for today, Bradford Freeman, the last of Band of Brothers survivor, has passed away. Caledonia, Missouri. Did I say that right?
Yep, sure did.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Bradford Freeman, the last survivor of the famed Army unit featured in the World War II oral history book and miniseries Band of Brothers, has died at the age of 97. He died Sunday at the Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle, according to Lowndes Funeral Home in Columbus, Mississippi. Oh, he's in Mississippi, excuse me.
Missouri.
My geography's not that good.
It's all good. We still love you. We still love you, John.
You know, I really thought.
Sometimes it's questionable on my side, but you know.
I'll tell you what, man. You know what? I remember reading the news this week when that happened, and I'll tell you what, dude. Like, probably one of the other things, you know, we talk about things that we don't talk about a lot, and one of the things we don't talk about a lot, and I want to say this in the best way that I possibly can, so people don't take it the wrong way. But sometimes when people make their transition to go back to the dust from whence we came, it almost, through the sadness, you're almost you're happy in a way because they're reunited. And him being the last of the Band of Brothers, you know, that we have basically like just enshrined in fucking legend in our country. In a way, I was happy that for the first time in 75 years,
he gets to see all of his brothers.
They're all together. They are all together. The ones that stayed there, the ones that made it back, the ones that have, you know, passed on since. And then finally, like, if he's the last, like, Easy Company for the first time in 75 plus years is 100% fucking, like, we have full accountability. Easy Company is fucking standing too at the other end of the fucking Rainbow Bridge, dude. And we will all fucking see them soon, dude. Like, that's dope ass shit, dude.
They're all fine, right? And they're all finally reunited in the halls of Valhalla.
That is correct. That is fucking correct, dude. Like, I'm sure Mando knows, but for all of you out there, and if there's ever a fucking 11 Bravo, 11 Charlie, some of you combat MOSs, 12 Bravos, freaking 13s, fucking 19s, especially you motherfucking 18s. We ain't forgetting you Green Berets. Yeah.
Okay, 18s.
All right. Fucking Rangers,
motherfuckers.
Where my Rangers at? We don't get to go to fucking heaven or hell, guys. I got bad news for you. Like, those places don't fucking exist for us anymore. Like, we kind of we shed and shred a lot of our fucking souls here on Earth. So when we leave, I don't think we get to go to fucking good or bad. I think we just kind of get to go feast and fight and fuck.
I love it.
I do too. I bought my ticket. I'm waiting, dude. I'm excited.
So wait, are you saying that there's like a different type of heaven?
Valhalla.
I'm saying there's places that fucking other people,
homies, for those
a lot of people
homies
talk about. Yeah.
Warriors go to Valhalla.
Warriors go, and you don't have to be a fucking Army Marine. You can be a fucking civilian, and you can find. We'll see you there too, motherfuckers. So I look forward to partying with your asses.
Street warriors, like gangsters, right?
We're talking about if you're a real motherfucker, if you're a player at your game, dude, fucking like we might just fucking see you there. How about
shit?
How about that?
I hope they got pizza.
I'm sure
no,
we
John,
do.
no pizza for you.
No pizza in Valhalla. How dare you?
Mead, brother. It's mead.
Well, shit.
Drink of the
This is my heaven. Everything has to be the way I like it.
Listen. I have always said, all right. I have always said, cheesecake has heaven. Hell has pot. Pizza. I don't like cheesecake.
Cheesecake has heaven.
I don't like cheesecake.
Cheesecake has heaven.
Apparently,
you don't like cheesecake?
I don't like cheesecake.
You don't like cheesecake?
No.
All right, that's it. I'm out.
Maybe I deserve to go. Maybe I deserve to go to hell, right?
Hell, I eat cheesecake without the crust.
There's crust.
Yeah, they use a graham cracker for the crust on a cheesecake. Now you could go to Walmart and get the pre-made cheesecake in a tub, and I'd eat that shit with a spoon.
No shit. I'm a pound cake kind of guy. Well, guys, I just want to say thank you so much.
I'll give you that
for coming every fucking week. We do it again, Mando. Where can we find you, man?
Twitch TV. You can also find me on Trovo.live. I have a TikTok, the Norse Mandalorian. I also have an Instagram, Norse Mando. No, I think it's just Norse Mandalorian there, and then my Twitter, I believe, is the same, Norse Mandalorian.
Guys,
beautiful.
You heard it here first. Make sure you check him out. Support the GOAT right here.
Yep.
The guy walked around with the biggest dick of all time, and its name was Javelin. Like,
Saint Javelin.
So we've talked a few times. It's fun. It's very fun and cool to have a conversation with you and get to know the man behind the armor, as you will. Which I will say, this man's got armor. He's got Mandalorian armor, and it's beautiful. And some of the stuff that you've shown, I can't wait to see the final piece. I'm so happy that you came on the show. Joe, you got anything to say?
I really just wanted to say, especially thank you very much for your time. You are definitely a legend among men, and take pride in that. We appreciate you here at the DD214 gaming community. We appreciate your efforts, and we are not stopping. And infantry, as crazy as we are, there's something that a lot of people don't know about the infantry. We're extremely fucking patient, and we will wait until it's fucking. We don't strike until the iron's hot. We don't strike until the iron's hot, but when that fucking iron gets hot, we come with everything we fucking have. And I love guys like Mando, guys like you, guys like fucking Squilini. Like, you guys are playing the long game with us, and me and John have been playing the long game for about fucking 2 years, bro, and we're not stopping. We are not stopping.
We don't know the word quit. It doesn't exist in our vocabulary.
That is fucking correct. That is 110% correct. So yeah, John, are we about ready for the final thought? Probably.
Yep, it's for you. It's you, my man. Take the.
Is it me this week?
It is you.
Is it me this week? Okay. Well, all right. Well, let's do it right. Let's do it correct. All right, so we made it through another 168, guys. We want to welcome you and thank you for freaking making it with us. We want to encourage everyone out there, make it another 168 with us. I know there's a lot of times in life where you feel like the next 5 minutes ain't going to be right. The next fucking 2 hours ain't going to be right. The next fucking 24 is going to suck dog shit, okay? A lot of people ask you for 5 minutes. A lot of people ask you for 24 hours. Here at DD214 Gaming, we ask you for 168 motherfucking hours. We ask you for a whole week because we only do this once a week, and we want to see you here every fucking time. All right? Me and my little tribe, my family, we have experienced actually a couple of deaths in the last couple of weeks. We lost our cat this week, unfortunately. My beautiful girlfriend, Nikki, her cat was 16 fucking years old. That was the first pet she ever got. It was the first pet she ever got when she basically moved out on her own, kind of deal. And she's had that thing forever. And so we lost our kitten, and she went over the fucking Rainbow Bridge this week. I briefly discussed a couple weeks ago that we had a very tragic loss in our family, where I had to talk to my elementary school age daughters about a death that we incurred in our family. And I want to encourage everyone out there, if you're having a rough time, if things are not going anywhere near the way you want them to go, when life and the universe and everything is just dumping rain and shit on your face, okay, you got to hang on. All right? They got phone numbers for this stuff. 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-TALK. There are licensed professional behavioral health specialists, okay? They will talk to you. They will let you vent in your ear. You do not have to be suicidal to call this number, okay? I don't want to call this number free therapy, but in essence, that's kind of what it is. You can call this number and the person that answers will let you talk to them and just get shit off your chest. It helps. Okay? I didn't say this a couple weeks ago because I didn't feel like it was the right time. I called this number about 3.5 weeks ago, not out of suicidal ideation, but out of frustration and just me being at my wit's end with some of my internal monologues. Yeah? I called the number. I was on the phone for 45 fucking minutes, and that lady just let her have it. Okay? But she appreciated it. She wanted me to be there. She wanted to be the one to pick up the phone. I heard the care and I heard her care about me in her voice. Okay, it's a good number. I've tried it out. All right? If you're having issues, we want to see you here in 168 hours. Okay? I want to see you here in fucking 24. And I want to see you here in 5 fucking minutes. All right? Shit does get better. You can't see what you fucking don't know, and if you don't make it to that point, you'll never know that it fucking could have been that way. Okay? I want to see fucking future you. Okay? Your family wants to see future you. Your significant other. Your children. Okay? Everyone that fucking cares about you, you have no idea the ripples you will make. Okay? When you're gone. Okay? When you lose people. I know Mando's lost people. I know John's lost people. I've lost people. And we've lost people in a very, very wide variety of different ways. But it's serious shit. Once we're gone, we're gone. I said it a couple weeks ago. I'm going to say it again. In 41 years of living on this earth, I haven't fucking seen anybody come back yet. Okay? Don't make a fucking rash decision in the heat of the moment because you had too many beers that night that you can't take back. Okay? Fucking sleep it off and call somebody at fucking 9 o'clock in the morning when you fucking wake up. We love you very, very much. We all love each other. We are a tribe. We will be here for you. Message us. Message GD214 Gaming. I don't fucking sleep very well, so my phone is functionally like on 24 hours a day. I will take a motherfucking like straight phone call. Message GD214 Gaming. I will send you my actual fucking phone number, and I will talk to you at 4:30 in the fucking morning. It doesn't bother me to do that. Okay, I haven't been out of the army that long. If I get a phone call at 4 o'clock in the morning, it doesn't like fucking like jar me, you know, into like some kind of fucking like, you know, whatever. I just kind of wake up and I answer the phone. Okay? Like I still haven't gotten rid of that part. Fucking call us. We will fucking talk to you. You deserve to be here. You deserve to meet future you too. Because future you is going to impress the fuck out of you compared to where you're at now. We love you very, very much. I love you guys. Fucking Mando, thank you very, very much. John, you're my motherfucking homie, dude. Like, I can't fucking wait to see you again in person.
It's going to be soon. It's
like,
going to be soon, especially since you guys are so close. But ladies and
fucking
gentlemen, you're going to hear a little techno beat at first, but you're going to hear the World War II vet Vince Nuts, Speranza singing.
Vince Speranza from Band of Brothers singing Blood on the Risers with active duty troops. This is a few years ago. This is not the guy that died, but this is the song that they all sing. Everybody have a good week ahead. We love you very much.
Now there was blood upon the risers and the brains upon the shore. And pestilence were hanging from his parachute boots. They picked him up, fell in the chute, and poured him from his boots. He ain't gonna jump no more. Oh, glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. He ain't gonna jump no more. Now the letter they sent home went to his wife and baby son. Madam, we regret to say your trooper's life is done. But hold your head up high, his name is written in the sky. He ain't gonna jump no more. Oh, glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. He said, glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. He ain't gonna jump no more. Now the baby son grew up and said, a trooper's life for me, a jumper like